Welcome back. Another great night, great workout. So, I just happened to turn the wrong page on the Colles fracture, and I always told the Colles fracture is its own thing from a Kush, but it turns out a Colles fracture is actually the distal radial breaking and then going posteriorly because of a Kush. The Kush is also something that causes it posteriorly, but the Colles fracture is caused by the Kush. What I was looking for was the Smith fracture, where it's a distal radius break that goes anterior. That's what we want when we do the Colles fracture. So honestly, we're going to just change the Colles fracture, the fanning high kick, to the Smith kick, because that's what it's called. It's a Smith's fracture. You hit it on the side of the distal radius right there. But we wanted it to be the side of the hand when they're gripping something so that you can get the carpals or the distal radius. So we're going to call it the Smith's fracture. But you can also put the carpals in there too. So dislocated made scaphoid, really good, or anterior direction of the distal end of the radial fracture. Okay, which correctly is called a distal radial fracture, where the distal fragment is anteriorly displaced. So it would be this way. Alright, so I just wanted to bring that up to the forefront. Let's go ahead and get ready to do 30 minutes of kickboxing cardio. I didn't do my arm wiggle, but I did lose 10 pounds with my arm wiggle. I didn't do it from the first video though either. So I'm wearing waist trimming leggings. I didn't eat dinner yet. I have been snacking on other stuff. When I play the Google YouTube video for spa music, it keeps playing the same songs. They have the xylophone song that kept playing in my 2-hour session. And at first it's relaxing, and then after a while it's like, dude, is there gonna be a different song playing? Anyhow, just reminding me of the xylophone set my little great nephews have. I feel like they could be totally playing the song over and over again. And they're only 1 year old. Little advanced for them, but give it some time. Alright, we're not listening to music though. Let's get ready to do 30 minutes of cardio. It's 9:18 p.m. on a Sunday night. It is, let me make sure I don't have any people. It is the 4th be with you. It is May 4th, 2025. I haven't heard that at all today either, but that's surprising. Okay, so last time I measured myself was yesterday on my day off, and it was 152.25, just so I can get the fat wiggle test in. Oh, and I'm actually lighter today. So today I would, but I didn't eat dinner either. Yesterday I ate dinner. Before I measured myself. I ate dinner every night, but before I measured myself. Okay, so it's 151.4 pounds. I weigh 151.4 pounds. Well, I had left Sammy in here earlier while I went to work, and I totally forgot because I always come in there at night, and anyways, he was an asshole and he attacked his dad. His dog dad. His dog dad might have attacked him. Anyhow, he was going for the throat, and he's very used to lacerating when he fights, so he had to be separated. Anyhow, he didn't make a mess with the other dogs. They got in and everything else, so I had to clean it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and go through the moon. We got our boxing stance. You're gonna absorb with your arms. Because it's an ego trip. The whole boxing game is ego. So someone's punching, they're trying to get you open, they're trying to get to your face, your chin, your ribs. You're like this. You're absorbing. And because you're absorbing and they can't get in, they can't wear you down, it says you're a wimp. You can't even break my guard. Ha ha ha, is that all you've got? And they're gonna go in and try to get a wind up to do it harder. So if they have this rhythm right here, and then all of a sudden they're like, ah, then you're right here, you're like, boom, bah, or you're to the side, bah. right in the jaw, or the temporal, or the sweet spot, or the chin. Sweet spot being right here, and that's across there. So, boom, crack, concussion, temporary neurometabolic loss. The brain. You don't have to actually break the brain. I mean the bone or the skull to do that. It just has to shift really fast, and then back again for neurometabolic loss. The brain. Those can kill people too. Sadly they can. So that can knock them out. It can technically knock them out or just knock them down. You're also avoiding, so you're absorbing, you're avoiding. You're not really so much deflecting, but you can, with your gloves on, catch it and push it back. So when someone's hitting, if they hit straight on right here, right when they make contact, boom. That's when you do the parry. That's the parry block. It's more kickboxing though. So if someone's hitting you, you gotta hear you're blocking, you're absorbing, you're avoiding, you're absorbing. Okay? And then you catch a hit, you see the hit, you catch it, boom, because you're blocking right here below your temporal line right here to the jaw, protecting the jaw and your ribs, having mobility. If you're doing kickboxing, you're also keeping your arms here so that a leg comes up, you're blocking it. Or you're shifting to the side as well. You gotta be able to see. The parry, you're catching the hit, and just like a torque wrench, when it's straightened out or not, the parry is gonna twist it and straighten it, boom, right into the origin. I notice this a lot because the muscles have a faster twitch than you can press on it physically. So they're using the fast twitch muscles to do that, boom, boom, it's really fast. Catches it, boom, little acceleration, internal rotation. Internal rotation, they're going to stretch your subscapularis that you're hitting with and twist your external rotators. Boom, you might not even have enough muscle strength to lift your arm up, much less hold it in place for isometric contraction. Alright, and then we have our karate high-low. Karate high-low is deflecting. You're deflecting through 180 degrees, pushing, 180 degrees, pulling any of those directions. So you're getting high, that's the block. You're not really going to do a parry, you're just going to deflect it anywhere along the kinetic chain from here. Someone throws it, you can deflect here. Someone throws it, boom, right here. You could get it right before they even launch, boom, hit the whole shoulder back, or just the top of the arm back, wherever. Just because this end right here is what's trying to hit you, these two fingers right here, maybe they're throwing a wild windmill punch too, which is bad, and they're going to break these fingers. Don't do a windmill punch. People go crazy and they do that shit. What is that? It's a windmill punch, but I think it's mostly on the hoods where they don't know how to fight, and they come out of the womb doing the windmill. Other little girls, they do the biting and they pull their hair. They do the windmill because they had brothers first, so they don't really understand how to fight, and it breaks your fingers because your skull is thick. Don't hit the skull. Okay, don't hit the cranium right here above the eyes right here. It is very thick. Especially with the top of your foot. Don't hit any part of the body with the top of your foot. There's thin little metatarsal bones, you'll break them. That's why we do the heel stomp, boom, on top of the foot so we can break their metatarsal bones. Okay? And then only time is if you're going for the sweet spot right here, massive process, right here, right above the jawline, right here. It has sinuses and it has mass air cells in it. It's a little bit soft, it's not as dense. You can't afford to hit it with your thin metatarsals, and then boom, crank the head just enough, give them a neurometabolic loss, brain shifts, boom, boom, like that, and then get knocked down or knocked out. So you're deflecting high-low, you're pushing it away, maybe perhaps you're doing a parry, and it's not really high-low, but you're doing a parry but parried. Okay? Deflecting away, anywhere on the chain. Deflecting down, you're doing a pivot kick, and you're saying boom, nope, not doing it. Or you're getting it, or you're shuffling it closer to get it right at the top of the chain, or you're doing a lunge to get it right here so it doesn't go out. So you're trying to pivot, you do a lunge kick right here, boom, stops it right in place. Or right here, boom, stops it in place. Or a low karate block, boom. You can push it away, pull it towards you, do an elbow, a downward elbow. We call that a Kush. We haven't gotten to our strikes really that much yet. So that's our blocks: boxing, absorbing, and avoiding. Your stance, one leg forward all the time. Your arm, your jab arm, your B arm, we call it B. You pop out straight. Every hit comes from the floor. Just like you're pushing off a wall, you don't push into the wall and punch. You push off of it to give it extra momentum. So that you're right here, boom, you're getting more momentum. So you're from the floor, popping it out. You're not sitting here like this. Because you're not going to have any power. It will hurt mildly, but not enough to really damage someone or be a haymaker. Haymaker is, oh shit, I've never been hit by anything that hard. That's the worst fucking thing I've ever felt in my life. Oh, I don't even know if I want to continue right now. I don't even think I have enough adrenaline right now to block that thing. Okay, that's a haymaker. So hard, you get knocked out. But you're like, yeah. So if you throw like that, you're not going to. But if you use the floor, you can. And fighting is all distraction. It's not all power. It's not all moves faster. Faster is great with mass. So you have force, mass times acceleration, faster acceleration, just a change in velocity. Your momentum with that gives you more power. You have a lot more power to use your feet. Feel that momentum just like the thing in the dirt. Or you're down. You have the weight right here, you lift it up, boom, you have it right here. Or you bring it up like this, and then you're just waiting to push it up. Just that little momentum off the floor, and from your chest, your shoulders right here. And of course, tightening your core. Tighten your core all the time, tuck your chin, match your stance. Your boxing stance is one leg forward. It could be this way if you want, if you're more comfortable, where you can move around easily. Ducking, avoiding, chin down, core tight. You can easily pivot on this foot. You feel the core secure. The power foot. When you jab, most of your weight's on this foot. It's going to be a tight keystone on this knee. You're not going to be able to give anyone a dashboard injury when they just jab. But whenever they throw a hard cross, they're using most of their force on their back leg. Push it into the ground, pivoting, while turning, hit right here, the index and the ring finger knuckles, that's all you do. Boom, get a lot of force. The jab is going to be 40 to 80% as strong as your crossbody. And why am I telling you this? Because if you're using more force on this leg, more of your momentum is going to be into this leg. This leg is just a stabilizer when you throw the crossbody. So, if you duck a crossbody, boom, and you do a dashboard injury, right to the top of the tibia right there, it's going to be weaker and you're more likely to get it. Alright, so keep those in mind. Now we're going to go ahead. We have our boxing block, chin tucked, core tight all the time, so you can be strong. If someone lunge kicks you in the gut, you don't get your ribs broke, your liver shot, your spleen shot, your kidneys, your API, your PMI, or point of maximal intensity of your heart. Right there, it goes through. I saw that on Instagram. Oh man. Okay. So if someone kicks you, you're gonna have a tight core, and you're gonna keep your chin tucked, and you're gonna fly back like this and be back. You're not gonna go, oh, and then fall back, because you have a tight stance. You have a tight stance with the chin tucked. Your abs tightened. Your arms up, and you're ready. Whichever way. Tighten it. Tighten. That's protecting your viscera and your bones. They're also going to make you a whole tight sheath so that you can move to deflect any damage as well, instead of absorbing that kind of damage. You don't want to do that because your body will break. So make sure you do all the exercises like you're doing. Alright, so then let's do the boxing. Our jab is B, just B, 40 to 80%. As strong, using your foot anytime. And the cross body is our block. Boom. Pivoting off the back with more momentum. You can angle it up to get that shot. If you're absorbing, do this, getting hit, and then you have time to hear that it's a wind up. You can time it just right to duck, and then cross body right to the side of the face, the jaw to knock them out. It's all distraction, but be ready to throw some hits with our setups, okay? The setups that we do. It was a long day, so I'm going through this long amount of time. Aside, okay. So we'll do this. B, bop, bosh, that's our hooks. Beep, that's our uppercuts. That's the extent of boxing. So our stance, avoid. Beep, bop, bosh, 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 beep, beep. Okay, now we go into kickboxing. Okay, you got your parry, the block. Someone punches at you, you're gonna boom. Hit it, wait for it to hit, right whenever it hits, so it's about here, so boom. Twist it like that, okay? And you're gonna push it back. Twist and push, twist and push. Very slow. Kind of like you're catching it, but you're pushing it out just enough, just so subtly. Just that little amount. Imagine the stretch of the tendons as they come across the shoulder whenever they're fully contracted, and then pushing it back while they're fully contracted. Just like less than an inch, maybe half an inch. That's enough to give it micro tears instantly. This happens actually in massage. I'm massaging someone who worked out, they're a tough guy. They have a lot of dense muscle. They don't want to say that it hurts, but their back says it hurts because they're tightening it up. They start tightening it, they're like, ah! So I'm digging in there, and that muscle tightens up. My thumb goes boop, like that. So that's the parry. It basically, it's a little momentum you don't expect. Something's going straight deep towards it, catch it, and you turn it from the direction it came. The direction it came, we do the parry. Or emphasizing, you would be doing internal rotation, so that's external rotation. The person throwing it, because internal rotation here, they're throwing it like this, and you just internally rotate it. So the arm's gonna, your arm, where you're throwing like this, is like boom. It's going instantly back, trying those centers, okay? So beep, bosh, 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 beep, beep. Okay, karate high low, push away, deflect. Catch, you want, boom. Cool. Catch it right here, boom. Pivoting, boom. Okay, that's not a move. It's not our move. This is actually Kush. So we could call it, there's no, why not? So we're gonna call it boom. It's after the jiggle test, so now we have to make these changes. The Kush is now boom. Okay? Boom. That's what it's called. So you're deflecting high low. Let's say you bring it out here, you come from the armpit right there, they threw it, you came in and you hit like that, and they're off here. They're off going this way, you step in and boom! Downward elbow. Okay? Beep, bosh, 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 bosh. That's the head bosh. The body bosh. So those are hooks. Beep, uppercut. Okay. Upward elbow. That's upper. Boom. Downward elbow. Boom. Downward elbow. Okay, get used to that. I might say Kush, boom, Kush or boom, okay? Alright. And then we're gonna go do the upward elbow, spinning upward elbow. Those are with the electronym process. It looks like it's connected to the humerus, but it's not. It's actually the little number one right here. Separate from the radius where we're gonna do our snip fracture. Hit it right here. Boom. And then cause a big block. The distal radius to the anterior root. The distal fragment of that broken bone. And then we're gonna go ahead and have a spinning back fist, just like a hammer. You're not really using so much here, and you're like this big fleshy part right here, and yeah, it will hurt if you don't have it built up. It always hurts me too, but I feel like it hurts whoever gets it more than me, because it's gonna hit right here, or here, or on the jaw, or on the top fleshy part, right a little clavicle, which could be bony. Well, you're gonna get hit in a fight anyway, so get used to it. Just plan accordingly. Don't try to get knocked out. It's whoever's the best distraction wears down the person to beat the most, to have them sit out the fight, quit, beg not to continue, or get knocked out before they do that. Or choked out if you're adding in the wrestling years. I don't do wrestling unless because there's nobody to break, and I think it's brutal setup because you have to be like a con artist to convince them to come that close to you in the first place, and then into your card, and then they get on you and they try to break your rib literally, and then they try to break your elbow and your shoulder and your ankle, yeah. So I don't do that. If we're gonna play like that, then we can step on the back of their spine. We have to have and parallelism. We can grab at the inner protected medial parts of the body and grab the neurovascular bundles anywhere in the joint where they cross. That's the play of it for this extremity. But you don't see that happening, do you? No, because of the specific rules that they said not to do. There's no eye poking either. Like grabbing for the titties and twisting them, you're grabbing the crotch or doing weird little plug things there, because apparently they were trying to actually write that in. People would do that. Okay, now the lunges for our kicks. Oh, let's do the knee block. Knee block. And then the high knee, you can do a high knee standing, or you can do a clinch behind the neck, bring down the body. This is where your lats and rhomboids come in when you do the bent rows. Right here, boom, hold it down. You're either going to get the chin, or you're going to get the ribs. Hold them there, keep doing that. That's for the clinch, and then the alternate knee. We did the high kick, we did the high knee, lead leg, high knee, back leg, high knee, Smith fracture now, no longer the Colles, with the lead leg, back, Smith fracture, back leg, Smith fracture, or Smith fracture, lead leg, or Smith fracture, back leg, pretty girl, pivot, and it's a Smith fracture. You do a step in, pivot, and the Smith fracture, also called the pretty girl. Alright, and then we have the lunge from the hip, lead or back, most powerful kick, the back leg, either one, the back kick, second most powerful, side kick, dashboard injury for side kick, or back kick, dashboard injury, you're kicking the top of the tibia right here. It's not hard enough so that when it's in its weakened state, it's not as powerful as when it's doing a block to protect against the kick hitting it, when it's not having as much force on top to balance at the bottom. Dashboard injury would be great right there to bust that knee of the PCL, ACL, MCL, LCL, this guy and the posterior capsules. Okay? And then pivot, the heel stomp, boom. Heel right on top of the metatarsal, the toes, heel stomp. Then we do the pivot kick. This could be your most powerful if you're training Muay Thai. If not, it's going to be your weakest, and you might as well not even throw it, because you're not going to do anything with it. You can try to chop them down and go in sweep, or right here, or go for the head. But if it's really slow or not powerful, they're just going to catch it and throw it on the floor. Okay? So pivot kick, knee extension, and then you're going to turn and rotate at the hip to get this part of your foot to hit. Not this part, not the top, don't ever kick with the and it will be powerful enough to have you turn all the way around. That's how powerful it should be. And fast too, so that nobody catches it and then throws you off or pushes you in to get your leg. You can go, when you kick with it, you can hit right here. Not that don't hit the training. Break ribs a little bit. Lunges you can hit right here, you know, the kinetic chain in the abdomen, push them back at the sternum, boom, under the chin, pop, knock them back. But that was with the ball of your foot instead of the calcaneus every foot. The lunges for the power, just use a calcaneus. You're just trying to knock someone out with the balls of your feet, the bottom, top of the bottom of your foot. You're going to have to have a lot of speed and power and weight, because you have to get on your toes and then get up there really fast. The shoulder press, just like straight across. If you have a lot of weight, get up there. Like I could probably static lift 55, but I could put 20 on it and 10, and then lift it just as many times. Well, if I get that momentum, that running start, to get it just over here, so then push up. Line dancing is just from one end to the other. Circling towards the lead foot, or towards your butt. Okay, good. So now that we did everything. Alright, so I'm gonna go in. B, bop, bosh, beep, upper. Boom, boom. Upward elbow, spinning upward elbow. Dosh, step in, dosh. Okay. Lead lunge, back lunge, back kick, lead back kick, side kick, dashboard injury, heel stomp, Smith fracture, pretty girl, high kick, that's if they're behind you, high kick, you do a heel stomp, boom, right there, okay, hitting anywhere along there, just to kind of maybe get there, kind of startle, or the injured, and then knee block, karate high low, shoulder press, squat down low, good. Don't look at them, chin down, because their head's always going to be wherever their waist is, shoulders, head, right here. Maybe circling back, maybe going back. You can see what they're doing. Each move, coming off of the leg, onto one, trying to fake you out. Doesn't matter, just have your hands up. Wherever it goes, turn to the side. Get used to that. Because there's that other pivot kick. It looks, if you're straight, it looks like they're going to do a pivot kick. Boom, and then they do a question mark, like they're drawing a question mark. So you see the leg lift up and you think, oh, they're going to go for my head, and you block it on that side. But really, boom. They try to raise a question mark right into your face. Okay. And then boxing block used to be like this the whole time, because that's what we're starting from. Circling, other circles, line dancing. It does look not sexy, because you're protecting your chin and your leg. And then you're way over here now. Of course, tight. You're protecting your ribs, your viscera. If you get hit, you're a solid body. You're going to move just enough and land, boom, to hit. Okay? Building momentum freestyle more towards the end, 20 to 30 seconds. Sometimes up to a minute. Alright, great. You guys ready to have fun now? Watch the introduction video. If you have hypertension, you're at risk of a stroke or heart attack. Introduction video discusses this in more detail. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Know the 5 Ds, 3 A's, and A's of a stroke, as well as those of a heart attack if you have intense pain. If you have dizziness, anxiety, difficulty speaking, you feel faint, if you just fainted, or you can't keep your balance, something's wrong with you, stop working out, get help. Call 911, ask for emergency responders to respond to you because you think you're having a heart attack. Have an AED device there. Automated defibrillator machine, external defibrillator, automatic external defibrillation machine, something like that. Anyways, they do that, and that's like $3,500 machine. Okay, so it is now 9:44. Talked way more than I thought it would. We started at 9:18. Okay, I'll have to make that a separate video so that you can just walk into it. Alright, you guys ready? Let's go. I might not even have time to record our stretching session, so sorry. Alright, here we go. Let's warm up. Feet forward. Just make sure you're throwing it with your feet planted. Going back, the bop. Okay, feet forward. And bop back. lunge forward with the lead leg. Back kick with the back foot. Keep doing it. I don't say to do anything new. Keep doing what I said. These are setups that we're doing way upside down. Okay? So recall to fibers, starting out with 1, 2 moves. Like that side. Firmly up. Focusing on hitting with the plantar of your foot or heel. We'll get a new one after that kicks back. Make sure you don't kick in. Okay, right here, B, bop, bosh, boom. B, bop, bosh, boom. Forward. Boom is our Kush. We just changed it. Because it made more sense. We had to change the Colles to Smith. On the way back, do a knee block and a Smith. Okay? Okay, so B, bop, bosh, boom, forward. Keep doing it. Okay, and then back, it's a knee block and a Smith fracture, which is standing high kick. Okay, right here, we're going to go ahead and go forward with a lead Smith fracture, a back, high knee. Here. And going back, we're going to do a back lunge and going back to neutral. Okay? So going forward, lead Smith, high knee with the back, okay? And then going back, we're doing a back lunge and going back to neutral. One thing. Good, keep doing it. I burn more fat calories whenever I do more kicks and less stressful boxing on log and stuff. What else I have been putting out bread. You're doing great. Okay. One more time. All right. Back to center, elbows in place. Knees up, boom, boom. Okay, we're always alternating. Whichever one we last hit, opposite does it, okay? Long knees up, boom, boom. Is it maiming the boom? Make sure your core is tighter and your chin is tucked. Okay, I'll go forward a bit. Knees up, boom, boom. Going backwards, high knees. Alternating high knees. Forward, you go up, and you go.
You know, we look at it, all we do is we look at them, expect that they're trying to trick them. Want you to think that they're people who cheat. But you know, they're not. They're people. They're not. She look at them pretty in there. It doesn't make it true. Unless you can. And what do we do? We don't mean fairly. For sure. Okay? No evidence. No evidence. I don't get respect. No respect. I'm not trying to hurt. To show you only for eternity. That's not how it works. Okay? Just want to defend yourself. Let them know. If you really know, you come back further. Go back to center. Let's go ahead. Undo a medium pivot. And back to center, okay? Just one turn. Make sure you're working the pivot. Nope. One more time. Alright, great. Alright, go ahead and B. That might be where the concussion feels like you're close to it, okay? Sitting in the brain. Boom. B, and the same side upward. I will tell you the same side with the same side, okay? Like now. I'm going to go forward. When you go back, beat, beat, beat. In the box. 3 beats in the box, okay? Go forward, B, and then upward, okay? When you go back, just beat, 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 bop, okay? 3 beats in the box, okay? Okay, let's go. One more time. Go back to center. Let's do some lead Colles fractures in place, or Smith fractures. Lead Smith fractures in place. Oh, Smith fracture, because someone's holding a Smith and Watson, and you're destroying their grip. When you can live distally, having an anterior fragment, in place for carpet. And you cannot grip, not that you look at them, but I have watched movies. Occasionally, massage someone, it works for law enforcement, right again, do a massage. Or so they say. Okay, now we're going to do a back Smith fracture. In place. I don't really think they were Smith fractures. It's a little bit old. 6-shooter revolver from the Western. But whatever, it's a Smith fracture now. Formerly our Colles formerly our standing hand kick. Alright, high knees, you're doing great, less than 20 minutes off. Alternating high knees, no flinch, just try to get your chin, ribs to chin, okay? Alternating. Go back to center. Okay. Feet up, back lunge, low pivot, okay? And back, just in center, okay? Oh, wow, pivot, yeah, good. Feet up, lunge, low pivot, back to center. Okay, come back to center. Let's go ahead and do a lead lunge. Then back kick, okay? Lead lunge. Spinning back kick, great. Keep doing it. Get water if you need it. Few more times. One more time. Okay, good. Now we're gonna go ahead and with our lead, we're gonna spin, we're gonna pivot, and back kick, okay? Lead, pivot, back kick, good. And pivot. Good. Go back to center. We're going to go ahead and do Swiss fraction with our back leg. High knee with our lead. Shuffle in. Stop. Bop. Upper. Okay? Swiss with the back leg. High knee. Shuffle, shuffle. Stop. Bop. Upper, okay? Good. Keep doing it. Great. One more time. Good. Go back to center. We're going to do a back leading pivot and a side kick. Okay? You're doing great. to center. B, bop, shuffle, shuffle, upper, and back high knee. Okay, B, bop, shuffle, shuffle, upper, and a high knee with the back leg. Keep doing it. Great. One more time. Good. Go back to center. Almost 13 minutes left. You're doing great. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and circle, high, low, shoulder press, okay? 2 circle shifts, high, low, shoulder press. Then we work on that power. Press up the floor and with the shoulders. Good. Go back to center. High, low, lead, shoulder press, okay? Keep doing it. Just imagine their heads are coming. Chin tuck, you're getting right into that chin. And someone along that jawline. Switch arms. Alternate. Okay, go back to center. Lead, lunge forward. Keep doing it. Okay, same leg, back, kick back. Good. Lead leg, lunge forward. Keep doing this one for a while. Back kick with the same leg. Okay, now we're in the back leg lunge forward. So this is step in. Here's our neutral, back leg lunge forward, and a dosh. Okay? Good. 2 minutes. Back leg lunge forward, and pivoting, walk out. Good. Okay, from here we have our back lunge, forward, our dosh, heel stomp, high low, shoulder press, okay? Good. Let's go. Back lunge, dosh, heel stomp, high low, shoulder press, good. One more time. Good. Go back to center. Let's go ahead and leave up, forward. Okay, on the way back, upper. Okay, so V-lock forward, upper goes on the back. I'm gonna get some water. You're doing great, less than 10 minutes left. hop forward. Upper's back. Okay, go ahead and go right here. We're gonna go ahead and do a back lunge, stepping in, pretty girl, and a high knee with the back leg, okay? So, back lunge, step in, pretty girl, and a high knee with the back leg. Great, keep doing that. You'll get better. Back leg. Pretty good. Behind it. Great. A few more times. You can step in behind if you want. Alright, go back to center. We're gonna go easy. Up, upper. In place, okay, there we go. Okay, now let's go forward. When we go back, smooth fracture. Lead leg. Okay? Alright. Let's keep doing that. Go back to center. Let's go ahead and do a lead lunge, pivot medium, back to center, another lead lunge, and then a stop. Okay? Alright. Lead lunge, pivot medium, another lead lunge, and stop. Okay, great. One more time. Good. Go back to center. Feet up. Feet. And knee block, okay? Alternating knee block at the end. Feet, up, feet. Alternating knee blocks. Okay? Oops, do it in order, stay focused. Okay, let's go ahead and do 20 seconds freestyle. Ready? Go! Stop. Stop and then high knee, okay? Stop, high knee, forward. Going back, the V, and an upper. Forward is a stop, high knee, keep going. Going back, it's a V, and an upper. So, V, up, high knee forward. And then it's a V, and then upper back. Keep doing it. Actually, it's just a bob forward. And a knee. And then a V, upper back. Okay. Go ahead and keep doing that. I'm gonna get some water. You're doing great. Less than 2.5 minutes left. So I'm joining you. It's a box, and then high knee forward, and a V, and upper back. Good. Go back to center. Let's go ahead and do 20 seconds of freestyle. Go. Good. Doing great. Go back to center. Go ahead and catch our breath. Alternating knee locks in place. Stop. Uppers alternating in place. 4 uppers and 4 alternating knee locks. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Ready to go? Less than a minute left. Go ahead and do freestyle. You got this. Ready? Go. 50 seconds. Great. Good job. You guys are impressive. Well, you're doing wonderfully. I think you got this. Alright. Go ahead and cool down, do some stretches. Talk to good moving, so hopefully you can tell the stretches. If not, go to the video from 2 days ago on Friday. I didn't have the fan on. It's 64.4 degrees inside. 10:15 p.m. I didn't have the fan on. I could, but I didn't. It's kind of chilly before I started. Alright. Let's go and stretch our quad. Bring that heel on the right to your ribs like all. Hold it there. Feel that nice stretch right there in your front quad. Oh, you're comfortable. Oh, I know that's okay. You're crashing over a little bit. Okay. Just move on anyway. Switch legs. If you haven't already. Good. Bring your arms up, touch the sky, and to the right. Great, now touch the sky, and some more. Great. From here, flex your right arm down, touch your upper back, your knee, by stretching your tricep out, okay? Just the tricep, like the elbow. Great, now switch arms, stretch the opposite tricep. Bring your arms across your chest, bring one straight across. I did my exercises earlier in the day before I left for work. I did 4 hours of massage. I didn't really eat lunch. I had like pistachio and some candies, some milk, melon candy, and daisy candy. And then I got some lumpia. And you see, little people are stuff. Yeah, I'm in the toast oven right now. I'll let you know the raw hot taste. Okay, go ahead and do large back circles in place. Now go forward. I feel like this tank top needed that longer for $6. And there's one for you. Pretty comfy. And the active was comfy. Probably got the building, but that's good. Alright, go ahead and bring your shoulders to your ears and back. Now bring your shoulders to your ears and forward. If you have pain, numbness, tingling, sharp shooting pain, paresthesia, anywhere in your body you need any weakness, take note of the move you were doing, what size, what type of pain, and then bring that to your chiropractic or massage therapist so they can either reproduce it and show that you have some kind of nerve compression or other pathology that you were referred out to somebody to check and put you on an active treatment plan. Okay? Let's go ahead and turn over our right shoulder as far as we can, standing in place. Great. Let's turn over our left shoulder. Look over our left shoulder as far as we can. That in place. Stay in place. Bring it forward, look up to the ceiling. And down. Take the floor. As far as you can move comfortably. Press your fingers into your jaw and push it in. Shoulder to double chin. Now stretch down, put your chin to your chest as far as you can. Stretching your upper traps by your rhomboids, that myofascial sheath that connects them. Up to your nuchal ligament and your suboccipital flex. Those are the muscles by your occipital protuberance of your cranium. Great. Bring it back. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Hold it there. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Hold it there. Now go ahead and look up to the top corner and then bring it back and stretch. Hold it right there. Good. Bring it back to center. Now look at the opposite top corner and stretch up and hold it there. Great. Alright, you can move position to prove if you want. Let's go ahead and stretch in our dorsum, flat hand against one edge, straight arm, stretching your pec, like your pectoralis major, attaches because it's sitting to your humerus underneath this big soft tissue mass of deltoid interiorly. So just in the occipital tendon. Transverse humeral movement. The pectoralis major is right by the triceps major and the latissimus dorsi. It is a neighboring to the latissimus dorsi. On the other side of the latissimus dorsi is the tendon of the triceps major. Great. Now let's switch arms. Left arm in the dorsum, stretching out, stretching that major. This will help prevent our shoulders from rounding out if our pecs are too tight. They curl our shoulders forward. And we don't want that because that compresses our brachial plexus. And now that's our bundle. Causing bad posture. Look across in there. Acknowledging that all those knots that you get in your massage therapist can go down with it after that consider. size pecs around our shoulder girdle as our upper back muscles, like our upper trap, and our deltoid also pressing on it. Really the tricapillary and the posterior scaling stuff, that's not the long slide it. And that's what this gives us articulation of around the business for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our dorsal edge and then lean into that scapulothoracic articulation, stretching out our serratus anterior that contracts, brings our arm forward, and then stretching out to stretch middle line, our rhomboids, which are for retracting the shoulders, bringing our scapula closer together. Alright, great, let's have a stretch, next it down. Lower into the serratus anterior. And then bring it forward. The rhomboids stretching the big retractors. The contractors bring the arms forward with the okay, now let's go in and bring our feet close together, and we're gonna have straight legs and touch our toes, our floors as great as we can. Make the knees not unlocking. Now, turn to one side with legs straight, and feel that nice stretch in your ribs to heel down on the opposite leg right there. Put your feet back together, legs straight, and you're just turning extra pressure. Extra. Okay, opposite. Now switch sides. Okay, we're doing great. 10th degree black belt. Healers and killers! But we do not maim, paralyze, or kill anybody. We always pacify a situation. We never provoke a situation when in situation either way. Power and dominance are what kills civilization. And we have to be peaceful people. Get along with everyone. Alright, go ahead and squat down. A little bit higher than the foot, up on the inside of your leg. Pressing so that we lift up as we press. And we feel our glutes and hips stretching. This is stretching our piriformis and our glute max and medius, minimus, and the superior piriformis and alternator externum. Allowing the vagus nerve to run through without compression as long as you stretch it. We don't run from being hypercontractile, we also give it blood circulation so that it doesn't get ischemia. Right, now lower. Now we're stretching our leg adductors. They add the leg to the middle of the body from our groin muscles. The adductor longus, medius, minimus, intermedius as well. Adductor, intermedius, nerve passage before back proceeding into the tibial and common perennial nerves, which is where the back of the lower leg. In fact, this is actually the leg, and this is considered a thigh. But we call the whole thing the leg, generally speaking. But anatomic correction is that the leg is below the thigh. But I don't just do that in general. So to avoid any arbitrary ambiguous verbiage, just call that the lower leg. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get on the ball ridge. Our feet go off the floor. Squatting down. Hands touching the floor and then pulling them up. So you feel a nice stretch in your Achilles of your leg. Anatomic leg. The lower leg. Posterior. Really the Achilles and the pathway. Great. That was great. Alright. Now we need bob over here. Put the leg up. Let's just stretch our hip flexors. I'm stretching this side and I have this leg up. Stretch into it. Nice stretch. Alright. And leg back. Straightening, stretching that thing. This hamstring. Okay, switch legs. Bend into it. Stretching. Just a flexor that you can't see on the other side. On the other side. Keep the legs straight. Okay, now stretch our hamstring. Let's get in that leg. Great. Alright. Now we're gonna write our names in all caps for balance and proprioception. Sometimes you'll feel stuff, your dorsal column vibration. I never felt it before. The other day I've been feeling vibration in my knee, and I thought it was my phone, but my phone was out of my pocket, and I felt the vibration. And that is a dorsal column nociceptor for sensation. Vibration, 2-point discrimination, pinpoint touch, light touch. Those are proprioceptors as well. Those are more for lymphatic drainage when you have excess fluid in there and your white blood cells need to go out from the body and attack, destroy, micro-minimize, send out labels to other macrophages to attack that type of cell so that it can blast them to tiny particles, inject them into the veins and the lymphatic, and take that excess fluid from the extrastitial space or interstitial space outside of that cellular space where the edema is located due to an imbalance in concentration between the permeable membrane and osmolality, where the concentration seeks to be the same concentration. If you have more proteins on one side, that means it's going to pull more water out of the arteries to balance that concentration so that you get extrastitial space, interstitial space, extracellular fluid, which is peripheral edema. When you break up those particles, you release those proteins because they're too big to travel on their own. The white blood cells, the macrophages are destroying them, making them micro tiny, so that they can inject them into your lymphatics and your veins with the fluid to balance out the concentration with the lower particle mass density or the lower protein number as they destroyed it. That is how you benefit from a lymphatic response. It is a light touch to activate the proprioceptors in your body so they can send out macrophages to destroy those extra proteins, put them into your lymphatics, which carry the B cells, lymph nodes from the lymph nodes that make them, and they also just carry excess fluid that the veins can't carry. So that is how it works. The light touch, light like this, can be rhythmic. Anything harder than that, you're saying pro-inflammatory, increased pro-inflammatory because you're breaking down, you're destroying adhesion, the scar tissue. You want it to be light so it can activate the dorsal column, so the dorsal columns can say nociceptors off, firing, nociceptors, we need the B cells, we need the macrophages, we need those antibodies now, destroy whatever's in the extrastitial space so that you can destroy those proteins. I want to see them now, take out that extra fluid. Fluid is leaking out. Then you will destroy the peripheral edema. It will be balanced on the permeable side, the permeable membrane, so that the proteins are the same concentration of fluid. That is how the body works. It's ingenious. It is so perfect when it's healthy. But people destroy it because of diet, lifestyles, lack of sleep, and stress. Always being in the stress response of the autonomic nervous system. And then really hating whenever people add more stress to your life that you actually don't benefit from. So, we know that this work can be very stressful and you try so hard not to have stress and be in a peaceful state. But people fight for peace, and that is the general rule of thumb. Destroy remains happiness. You are provoking them. They are going to react as it is ready. Anyhow, just make sure you're prepared for them. Let's write our names, all caps, first and last, okay? One leg at a time. We're activating your proprioceptors. Keeping our balance. All those nociceptors for plan and twist turning when you're boxing, kickboxing, all those kicks. You're correcting it now. You should also be doing your exercises. All of them. I might have a video come out on that. I might have told you I do, and I still haven't. I have an exercise list where I pretty much do all these exercises anyway, like from a year ago. But I'll go ahead and do them. Anyways, it's not that many exercises. I just use it with dumbbells and then resistance bands. And they're great. You can get resistance bands with a door handle from Amazon for like $45 from like some Dutch people. And then, my door, though, for the lats, it's not strong enough. The door thing shrinks, so I recommend a machine when you do the lats. The bent rows, I just use kettlebell, and I'm using 20 kilograms, so it's 44 pounds. Make sure you're using weight that you can tolerate if you don't want to injure yourself, okay? Alright, well thanks so much, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for continuing to maintain your 10th degree black belt in street fighting, killing and healing if you need to. But of course, we all know there's consequences for any time you maim, paralyze, or kill anybody. Okay? Or when you, for those situation, that presents yourself. You should always be pacifying stuff. Stay hydrated, make sure you're doing your exercises. Thanks again. See you tomorrow. About the same time, okay? Bye.